Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatiruttama-shloke Bhaktir-bhavati Naistiki Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya-manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भागवतम by his divine grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We are reading from Canto 3, chapter 14, pregnancy of Diti in the evening. So, Diti is approaching Kaśyapa Muni, and here we see that Kaśyapa Muni, after glorifying Diti, understanding her weakness, realizing his own weakness, he is asking Diti to wait for a while because this is not the right time. Isha Ghoratama Vela. And because of this, he's saying that this is not a correct time. Now we come to text 25. So this is again a beautiful verse, a different verse, but very beautiful verse. And this is glorification of Lord Shiva. This is a description of Lord Shiva, and today is Mahashivratri also. So at times, we have these very amazing coincidences that we are discussing the glorification of Lord Shiva on the exact day of Mahashivratri. There is nothing is planned. We had so many couple of breaks in between and everything. So we'll recite this verse. Here, Kaśyapa Muni is recalling Lord Shiva. Smashana Chakra Niladhuli Dhumra
Mashana-chakra niladhuli-dhumra
Vikirna Vidyota Jata Kalapaha
vikirna-vidyota-jata-kalapaha
Bhasma Vagunta Malarukmadeho
Bhasma-vagunta-malarukdeho
Devastribhi Pasyati Devaraste.
Devastri-vipashyati-devaraste.
Translation.
Lord Shiva's body is reddish, and he is unstained, but he is covered with ashes. His hair is dusty from the whirlwind dust of the burning crematorium. He is the younger brother of your husband, and he sees with his three eyes. Purport: Lord Shiva is not an ordinary living entity, nor is he in the category of Vishnu or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is far more powerful than any living entity up to the standard of Brahma, yet he is not on an equal level with Vishnu. Since he is almost like Lord Vishnu, Shiva can see past, present, and future. One of his eyes is like the sun, another is like the moon, and his third eye, which is between his eyebrows, is like fire. He can generate fire from his middle eye, and he is able to vanquish any powerful living entity, including Brahma. Yet he does not live pompously in a nice house, etc. Nor does he possess any material properties, although he is the master of the material world. He lives mostly in the crematorium, where dead bodies are burnt, and the whirlwind dust of the crematorium is his bodily dress. He is unstrained by material contamination. Kaśyapa took him as his younger brother because the youngest sister of Diti, Kaśyapa's wife, was married to Lord Shiva. The husband of one's sister is considered one's brother. By that social relationship, Lord Shiva happened to be the younger brother of Kaśyapa. Kashyapa warned his wife that because Lord Shiva would see their sex indulgence, the time was not appropriate. Diti might argue that they would enjoy sex life in a private place, but Kashyapa reminded her that Lord Shiva has three eyes called the sun, moon, and fire, and one cannot escape his vigilance any more than one can escape Vishnu. Although seen by the police, a criminal is sometimes not immediately punished. The police wait for the proper time to apprehend him. The forbidden time for sexual intercourse would be noted by Lord Shiva, and Diti would meet with proper punishment by giving birth to a child of ghostly character or a godless impersonalist. Kashyapa foresaw this, and thus he warned his wife Diti. Hare Krishna.
So, on the day of Mahashivaratri, we are seeing very beautiful words in Srimad Bhagavatam glorifying Lord Shiva. This is, we can see this is the blessings of the universe to our reading sport. Okay. Smashana Chakra Nila Dhuli Dhumra Vikirna Vidyota Jatakalaya Bhasmavaguntha Malarukmadeho Devastribhi Pashyati Devaraste. Lord Shiva's body is reddish. He is unstained and he is covered by the ashes. Which ash this is? These are the ashes of the crematorium. His hair is dusty from the whirlwind dust of the burning of crematorium. He is the younger brother of your husband, and he is seen, he sees with his three eyes. Devastribhi pashyati devaraste. So Devaraha means younger brother of the husband, Devar, and Devastribhi pashyati. He has the three eyes to see past, present, and future. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that Lord Shiva is no ordinary living entity. There is a difference between Deva and Mahadeva. The Devata, they are the ordinary living entities, but they are qualified living entities in the sense that after certain punya, one can become Varuna, Chandra, Indra, Vayu, Ganapati, Surya. So these are the universal management posts, and certain living entities who are very pious, very trustworthy, they will be occupying these posts. However, Lord Shiva is not a post. He's a personality. Even Lord Brahmā is a post where living entity can become Lord Brahmā after very prolonged type of very high level of punya. A living entity can become Brahma, but nobody can ever become Lord Shiva. And therefore, Brahmaji, in a very beautiful verse, he glorifies Lord Shiva. So we'll recite this verse. Kshiram yatha dadi vikara vishesha yogat संजायते नहि ततः पृथगस्ति हेतो यः शम्भुतामपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. So this is the position of Lord Shiva. Just like the milk with Vishesh Vikara becomes Dahi, similarly, the Supreme Lord, Lord Vishnu, when he is in touch with the material nature, he is known as Lord Shiva. So in a way, there is no difference between Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, because who is Lord Shiva? He is Lord Vishnu in touch with the material nature. Or Lord Vishnu's glance is also called as Shiva. What is the meaning of the word Shiva? Shiva means all auspicious. Shiva Pantaha. Shiva means all auspiciousness. So this is Lord Shiva. And one of the qualities he has is that he has the three eyes. So one eye is considered the sun, another is the moon, another is the fire. And when it is the time of devastation, pralaya, Lord Shiva, it is the responsibility of Lord Shiva to do complete destruction. He lives in the crematorium, he doesn't have his own house. There is a beautiful story that one day, upon the request of Mother Parvati, Lord Shiva did construct one's house. And then so many people, they visited Lord Shiva's Vastu Shanti program that, Lord Shiva ran out of all the gifts. And finally, when he just thought that everybody is done, and then finally one Brahmana came and he said that, I have arrived here. And then finally Lord Shiva gifted his own house to him. And again he remained, Aniketah sthiramatir bhaktiman me priyo naraha. So when Lord Krishna, he says about Aniketa, a devotee being one without a ketan, niketana, that is, without any house, that specifically refers to Lord Shiva. Now, this is the Lord Shiva. Look at the personality. He is the husband of goddess of the universe, Durga Devi. Entire material nature is controlled by Durga, but Lord Shiva remains without house. Right? He just puts on the Valkala. He will be, the dress is, he will be putting the crematorium ash on his body. And very, very amazing personality. And this Lord Shiva is desired by Parvati, who is the daughter of Parvataraj. So now this Lord Shiva, one of his activity we have seen previously is that he is also called as a Bhutarat. Why Bhutarat? Because whenever a Vaishnava is known by what association he is giving to another Vaishnava. And it is also said that one should give association only as per one's capacity, not that by giving the association. So the fallen personality is you need a very advanced devotee to give the association, just like Srila Prabhupada. He went all the way to Bauri, and where there was a hippie culture was at peak, right? The New York City. Even nowadays also, Americans also, they fritter at the thought of living in New York. Okay. It is said that New York is such a dynamic city. Everything changes in New York in 7 years. Just like, everything changes in the body in the 7 years. Everything changes in New York in 7 years. Means, people cannot just withstand the pace of that city. And this is considered as the headquarters of Maya. And within that headquarters of Maya, the one of the darkest time of American history was 1960s and 70s, where the hippie culture at peak, and the center of the hippie culture was this Second Avenue, right? Where the hippie culture, and Srila Prabhupada went right there and preached to the hippies and started this mission of ISKCON. So the fallen, the personality, you will need very high advanced level of devotee to give his association and deliver them. And who are the most fallen? The most fallen are the ones who are the ghosts, who do not even have the physical body, and they are given association of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva remains in such a place. Somebody may wonder why Lord Shiva is living in crematorium. Because the ghosts, they are attracted to the crematorium, and therefore Lord Shiva, he resides in crematorium, giving his association to just ghosts and hobgoblins like that. And he moves around and he says, so Kaśyapa here says to Diti, he says that, my dear Diti, you may think we may have the activity privately, but nothing is unknown to Lord Shiva. Nothing is unknown. In fact, later we will see also Ajamil's pastime, how there are 12 witnesses, the day and the night and the sun and the moon and the directions and the light and the darkness, they all are witness to the activity of the living entity, right? So, and what to speak of Lord Shiva? The demigods are the witness, and Lord Shiva, here Kaśyapa Muni says, Diti might argue that they would enjoy in a private place, but Kaśyapa reminded her that Lord Shiva has 3 eyes which can see past, present, and future. Nobody can escape the vigilance of Lord Shiva any more than one can escape the vigilance by Lord Vishnu. And this is how he says that Lord Shiva is like my younger brother, because he is my brother-in-law. Your own youngest sister got married to Lord Shiva, Sati. And in that way, he is my brother-in-law, and brother-in-law is like one's younger brother. And therefore, you may attract one of the associate of Lord Shiva, which may be one of the living entity as a ghostly character or some godless impersonalist. So Srila Prabhupada includes godless impersonalist also in the ghostly characters. Okay. And Kaśyapa foresaw that and thus warned his wife Diti not to have at a wrong time. So very beautiful verse and on a very amazing day. So today is Mahashivaratri, and how we can please Lord Shiva? By becoming a nice devotee, Lord Shiva is very happily pleased, right? So there is beautiful discussion which goes on between Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, and time to time this discussion will come. So one point of time, the Mother Parvati, she's asking Lord Shiva, she says, my dear husband, so many people come to you simply for material advancement, material engagement, and they have so many material desires, at times many ghastly desires. But what if somebody comes to you, simply surrenders unto you? Then what do you do? And then Lord Shiva very famously says this. He says that I, at the time of their death, I personally appear to them, and in their ears, I personally chant the holy names of Sri Hari, so that they will be awarded liberation. Another question Parvati Devi is asking is, what is the best aradhana, my dear husband? And then their very famous verse comes, Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnur aradhana param tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. So he says that the Sarvottama Aradhana, look at this, Lord Shiva is answering to his own wife Parvati. This is recorded in Padma Puran. Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnur aradhana param tasmat parataram devi. The best Aradhana is Vishnu Aradhana, and more than that is serving the devotees of the Lord. Tadiyanam samarchanam. In Bhagavatam also, Lord Shiva will be appearing time to time. There is a description when Prachetas, very next canto, we'll see that when Prachetas, they are going to do tapasya before getting married, they suddenly have darshan of Lord Shiva. And there is beautiful Rudra Gita. There is glorification of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is instructing them how to perform tapasya and how to please Lord Vishnu. So this also will come. Later in the canto of Chitraketu Maharaj, we will see Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati again coming there, and very beautiful pastime. Later, one more pastime is there of Lord Shiva. Many pastimes of Lord Shiva in Srimad Bhagavatam. We have the Samudra Manthan Leela, and Lord Shiva is very aptly glorified there as the personality, Nilakantha. How he is the one, who absorbs the poison and makes this world a living place for the living entities. So, and he puts the poison in this Kantha and is very famous as Nilakantha. Then there is another which very beautiful pastime will come later, is the pastime of Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, and one king disturbing their privacy, and that fellow is cursed to become 15 days man and 15 days woman, like that it is. So which is now very, which was a fad in America, that gender change. So that happens in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that another pastime comes. Later there is one more pastime where Lord Shiva is fighting with Lord Krishna, because he has given that vachan to Banasur. And then Lord Krishna and Lord Shiva's fight, amazing fight it is, that we will read in 10th canto. So there are many pastimes of Lord Shiva in Srimad Bhagavatam. So one can remember these pastimes and pray to Lord Shiva that we become very nice Vaishnava. And Lord Shiva is Ashutosh, very easily pleased, very easily pleased. This is the one very special characteristics of Lord Shiva. Is very easily pleased, and especially he's very easily pleased to the devotees. When he sees somebody becoming a Vaishnava, Lord Shiva is extremely pleased, because that is the nature of a Vaishnava. What to speak of such an advanced Vaishnava as Lord Shiva himself. So this is how Kaśyapa Muni is asking Diti. And here we'll see now text 26. Now, this is also a glorification of Lord Shiva, but this is glorification how strict Lord Shiva is from that perspective. Nayasya loke swajana parova natyadrito no takaschidar garyah vayam vratairias charanat pavidha mashasmasye hajam bata bhukta bhogam. Translation.
Lord Shiva regards no one as his relative, yet there is no one who is not connected with him. He does not regard anyone as very favorable or abominable. We respectfully worship the remnants of his footsteps, and we vow to accept what is rejected by him. Purport. Kaśyapa informed his wife that just because Lord Shiva happened to be his brother-in-law, that should not encourage her in her offense towards him. Kaśyapa warned her that actually Lord Shiva is not connected with anyone, nor is anyone his enemy. Since he is one of the three controllers of the universal affairs, he is equal to everyone. His greatness is incomparable because he is a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is said that among all the devotees of the Personality of Godhead, Lord Shiva is the greatest. Thus, remnants of the footstep left by him are accepted by other devotees as Mahaprasad or great spiritual footstep. The remnants of footstep offered to Lord Krishna are called Prasad. But when the same Prasad is eaten by great devotee like Lord Shiva, it is called Mahaprasad. Lord Shiva is so great that he does not care for material prosperity, for which every one of us is so eager. Parvati, who is the powerful material nature personified, is under his full control as his wife. Yet, he does not use her even to build a residential house. He prefers to remain without shelter, and his great wife also agrees to live with him humbly. People in general worship Goddess Durga, the wife of Lord Shiva, for material prosperity, but Lord Shiva engages her in his service without material desire. He simply advises his great wife what that of all kinds of worship, the worship of Vishnu is the highest, and greater than that is the worship of great devotee or anything in relation with Vishnu.
Now, Kaśyapa further says, Lord Shiva regards no one as his relative. Na yasya loke swajana parova. Yet, there is no one who is not connected with him. He does not regard anyone as very favorable or abominable. We respectfully worship the remnants of his footsteps and we vow to accept what is rejected by him. Rejected here in the sense is left over by him. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes that Kaśyapa informed his wife that do not think because Lord Shiva is our relative and therefore any transgressing will be uh, forgiven by Lord Shiva. No. Kaśyapa warns his wife that he is one of the three universal controllers. He is a Gunavatara and is equal to everyone. He is not specifically uh, regards anybody as his relative, neither he hates anybody. And this is, the equanimity of Lord Shiva. His footsteps are celebrated as Mahaprasad. So this is Lord Shiva's footsteps. Prabhupada writes here, when something is offered to Krishna, it's called as Prasad. But when something is offered to Lord Shiva, Vaishnava, and the remnants of the Vaishnava is called as Mahaprasad. Why Mahaprasad? Because the Vaishnava will never accept anything other than Prasad. So first it is offered to Krishna, it becomes Prasad, and then when devotee takes it, and when devotee's remnants, they are called as Mahaprasad, because it is like, remnants of Krishna and the devotee. Because Lord Shiva will not take anything other than Prasad. Of course, sometimes people may offer Lord Shiva some, the abominable substance items like bhang or, some liquor or something like that, which Lord Shiva accepts, but he doesn't personally consume. He will give it to his ghosts and other people. They are there to, enjoy those stuff as prasad from Lord Shiva. But personally, Lord Shiva is the greatest of the devotee. Lord Shiva is so great, Prabhupada writes here, that he doesn't care for the material prosperity. Although material prosperity personified, Durga Devi is his own wife under his, and it is not that they have some fight between them. No. Prabhupada says the powerful material nature personified is wife of Lord Shiva, and at the same time, he remains without shelter, and his great wife also agrees for the same. And what is the message of Lord Shiva? The message of Lord Shiva is same. Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnu aradhana param tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. That he is uh, advising his wife that worshipping Lord Vishnu is the highest worship, and greater than that is the worship of the great devotees or anything. Tadiyana means the items related to Lord Vishnu. And this is Lord Shiva, and a wrong time engagement may be a direct offense to Lord Shiva. And do not think because he is your relative, he will take it lightly or it will be forgiven, because Lord Shiva is extremely neutral. So this is warning which is coming. Text 27. यस्यानवद्या चरितं मनीषिणो गृणन्त विद्यापटलं बिभित्सवः निरस्तसाम्यातिशयोऽपि यत्स्वयं पिशाचचर्यामचरन् गतित्सताम्. Translation.
Although no one in the material world is equal to or greater than Lord Shiva, although his unimpeccable character is followed by great souls to dismantle the mass of nescience, he nevertheless remains as if a devil to give salvation to all devotees of the Lord. Purport: Lord Shiva's uncivilized devilish characteristics are never abominable because he teaches the sincere devotees of the Lord how to practice detachment from material enjoyment. He is called Mahadev, or the greatest of all demigods, and no one is equal to or greater than him in the material world. He is almost equal with Lord Vishnu, although he always associates with Maya, Durga. He is above the reactionary stage of the three modes of material nature. And although he is in charge of devilish characters in the mode of ignorance, he is not affected by such association. Hare Krishna.
Further now, Kaśyapa Muni says, although no one in material world is equal to or greater than Lord Shiva, so he is also Asama Urdhva. Asama Urdhva is Lord Krishna, because there is nobody equal to or greater than him in the material and the spiritual world. And Lord Shiva is also considered as Asama Urdhva, because there is nobody equal to or greater than him in the material world. And although his impeccable character is followed by the great souls to dismantle the mass of the illusion, nonetheless he appears in the form that he is. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, Lord Shiva's appearance and the dress is quite uncivil, but that should not be taken otherwise, because this is Lord Shiva is teaching how to practice detachment in the material world. He is Mahadev, he is God of the gods, greatest of the demigods, and there is nobody equal to him in the material creation. Prabhupada says he is almost on the level of Lord Vishnu, and we have seen that verse, Kshiram Yatha Dadi Vikara Vishesha Yogat. Lord Vishnu in touch with the material nature is called as Lord Shiva. And therefore, you will see a very delicate relationship between Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva in the various incarnations, right? In the incarnation as Lord Ram, we will see that Lord Ram worshipping Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is worshipping Lord Ram, because Lord Ram is playing the role of the king, and the king is supposed to offer oblations to the Devata, and what to speak of a Mahadev. And Mahadev, at the same time, he understands that he is the supreme master. He is master of his. In fact, he is chanting the Ramanam, and he is also worshipping Lord Ram there. So there is nobody equal to or superior. He always associates with Durga, the material nature, and he is above any reactionary stage. Later we'll see that Lord Shiva, amongst the many pastimes, Lord Shiva, is bewildered by Mohini Murti. And after the bewilderment, Lord Shiva is extremely happy and delighted. There is no iota of any, being uncomfortable in the character of Lord Shiva, because he knows that he is being bewildered by Lord Vishnu and the Vishnu Maya, or the Yoga Murti. He is the charge of the devilish character and the mood, that is Tamoguna, and he has to keep his appearance in such a way that those who are in the darkest mood will be attracted to him. And therefore, at times, Lord Shiva may be misunderstood, but Lord Shiva remains the greatest glory in the creation. And this is how he is glorifying Lord Shiva here. So something very amazing that, we have Mahashivaratri today, and we ended up, exactly coming to those verses glorifying Lord Shiva. So we will conclude here and continue tomorrow. Shivaji Bhagwan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Is there any prayer we should recite or something, just in case?
The best prayer is this only. Kshiram yatha dadi vikara vishesha yogat.
Okay, Prabhu.
Sanjayate nahi tatah. This is one. And then there is another prayer in Srimad Bhagavatam which comes that is about glorification of Lord Shiva. When you go to the Prachetas canto there, fourth canto,
Yeah.
there you will see the glorification of Lord Shiva. And then there is Rudra Gita. Rudra Gita is glorification of Lord Krishna by Lord Shiva. This is also something very wonderful to recite. Rudra Gita.
Okay. Is it
Right.
chapter 24 or something?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.